Hey, so I'm really making this video to basically be a nice person, but also to like get some closure for myself. For a while, I told myself that Dylan like really needs help, and maybe if I could reach out to some people that I felt like might have some influence on him, or that like our own like are friends of his, to get him some help. But now I realize that's kind of like out of my hands. I don't know if that's a thing that will ever happen per se, but I definitely feel the need to warn people about him, and his tendencies to lie to people and manipulate, for whatever reason that he can find justifiable to lie to you. I feel like he honestly will. And for me, he used my mental health as an excuse to lie to me and insinuate to me over all this time. Like, he went out of his way to make me think like we were a thing, or like an item, or that he cared about me in like an intimate type of way. And when I would like ask like if we were together, because at one point he told me we were partners, like I asked so many times that he literally was like, quit asking me, like this is a continuous thing, like you don't have to like ask me all the time. And then fast forward all these months later, and he basically has retracted all the stuff he used to say to me. And now he's saying like he only said that stuff because he thought I would kill myself, and that his feelings weren't true to me, that he just was, he literally said, like, one of the things he said, he was like, like you were just so anxious. I thought all I could do to help you was like to have sex with you. And he said that him lying, that he couldn't tell me he didn't like want to be with me like that, in that way, because he thought I would kill myself. And um, you know, it's just not cool to use any reason to lie to someone or manipulate someone, but especially like their mental health. I, that's very like characteristic of abuse. And he uh, found like at one point like any excuse to like belittle me, or tell me I was like so messy, and that I needed to like get my shit together, and just basically like all this stuff that like wasn't really nice, and like bossing me around a lot. And I kept like seeing him around the neighborhood, because we live in the same neighborhood with like all these different women and people. And I would be like, hey, was that you with like some girl, whatever. And so many times he denied that he was with anyone, and I clearly saw him with people. I don't know what that is. He clearly was with people like 3 times, and he straight up denied it. And I feel like he really uses the poly thing, as an excuse to like justify his behavior. And that's also, not cool, and not what poly is. It should still be about open communication. You shouldn't lie to someone. We had unprotected sex, sometimes, and to lie about like who you're with and like what you're doing. If you're with someone on that intimate level, you should at least, be honest with them, um, in regards to like their sexual health, and definitely not use like mental health as an excuse to lie to someone. Um, he also like fetishized me like a lot. And sometimes like we would have sex, he would be like, oh, like I'm fucking a model, like, and just be like really like cocky about that. I remember he like told me stories of him like showing pictures of me to like, one of the like guys at like ground control or whatever. And the guy said I was like so cute or whatever. So it was like he definitely I believe, like, uses people, uses women as a way to gain some type of ego boost, and he kind of comes in as this like knight in shining armor type of person to make you think he like cares about your issues and that he can like help you get through them. But then as soon as he has some type of power or control over you, like he really like does a 360 on everything, and he will get your information and use it to like belittle you and manipulate you. And he really, I don't think he's a safe person to get involved with on that emotional type of level. And I really like mean this like as a warning, like don't get with him on that level, because I am super traumatized. And I don't know if even like making this video or seeing this video or whatever I do this video is gonna help, but if I could just let one person know, at least, like anyone, like don't do what I did. Like I really mean that. Like do not do what I did. Like you will really regret it. Like it's not worth it. You like it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I've like honestly never been manipulated like to this extent, and I really like just have to do something. I had to say something. So that's what this is.